We have all faced seemingly impossible situations at some point in our lives. Perhaps you are, even now, facing a monumental problem that has left you feeling helpless. There is hope. Faith in our all-powerful God is the key. Take courage in Jesus' words today. All things are possible to him who believes. Mark 9 verses 14 to 29 portrays both a miraculous healing and an amazing lesson on the limitless power of faith. Jesus encounters a boy possessed by an unclean spirit that the disciples could not heal. The boy's father expresses doubt about whether Jesus can do anything to help. Jesus responds by proclaiming that all things are possible for those who believe. The father professes his belief, while simultaneously crying out to Jesus for help with his unbelief. Then Jesus powerfully heals the boy instantaneously. Spurgeon's Devotional emphasizes the importance of our belief for achieving spiritual progress and prosperity. He highlights how unbelief can hinder the work of God in our lives, omnipotent though he is. Spurgeon encourages trusting in God's power and faithfulness, even in times of trial, as belief in him leads to overcoming every challenge, no matter how difficult or pressing, and finding ultimate peace. Let's read verses 17 to 25 of this amazing account. And one of the crowd answered him, "Teacher, I brought you my son, possessed with a spirit which makes him mute. And whenever it seizes him, it slams him to the ground, and he foams at the mouth, and grinds his teeth and stiffens out. I told your disciples to cast it out, and they could not do it." And he answered them and said, "O unbelieving generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring him to me." They brought the boy to him. When he saw him, immediately the spirit threw him into a convulsion, and falling to the ground, he began rolling around and foaming at the mouth. And he asked his father, "How long has this been happening to him?" And he said, "From childhood. It has often thrown him both into the fire and into the water to destroy him. But if you can do anything, take pity on us and help us." And Jesus said to him, "If you can, all things are possible to him who believes." Immediately the boy's father cried out and said, "I do believe. Help my unbelief." When Jesus saw that a crowd was rapidly gathering, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, "You deaf and mute spirit, I command you, come out of him and do not enter him again." Charles Spurgeon's depth of wisdom and spiritual experience truly shines in his devotional on this passage in the Checkbook of the Bank of Faith.
Jesus said to him, "If you can, all things are possible to him who believes." Mark 9 verse 23. Our unbelief is the greatest hindrance in our way. In fact, there is no other real difficulty as to our spiritual progress and prosperity. The Lord can do everything, but when He makes a rule that according to our faith so shall it be unto us, our unbelief ties the hands of His omnipotence. Yes, the confederacies of evil shall be scattered if we can but believe. Despised truth shall lift its head if we will but have confidence in the God of truth. We can bear our load of trouble, or pass uninjured through the waves of distress, if we can gird our loins with a girdle of peace, that girdle which is buckled on by the hands of trust. What can we not believe? Is everything possible except believing in God? Yet He is always true. Why do we not believe Him? He is always faithful to His word. Why can we not trust Him? When we are in a right state of heart, faith costs no effort. It is then as natural for us to rely upon God as for a child to trust its father. The worst of it is that we can believe God about everything except the present pressing trial. This is folly. Come, my soul, shake off such sinfulness, and trust your God with the load, the labor, the longing of this present. This done, all is done.
Bring your doubts and struggles to Jesus today. He is not just a healer, but the one who can transform lives and circumstances. Be assured that God can intervene in your seemingly impossible situation. Find strength in knowing that your faith, albeit small, can bring about significant change and healing in your life and the lives of others. Ponder these powerful points as you apply today's message to your life. What does this passage reveal about the nature of faith in relation to doubt? How can the story of the boy with the unclean spirit help us understand the relationship between our faith and God's power? In what ways can we bring our doubts to Jesus in our everyday lives? How can you apply the idea that faith, even when small, is still powerful in your personal challenges? What steps can you take to confront your own challenges with faith like the father in this story? What is the one thing you will do differently today? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. I hope this meditation on God's Word today has revived your soul. Walk in His righteousness and blessing today.